Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time and joining the weekly Levinson and Associates training webinar series. So as you can see, we've only had one webinar this week. I know lately we've been having like 2 and 3 because there's so much good and new information that's coming to the surface. This week, as you see, it's one. And the reason why, and you just sit back for a minute and take this all in, and I know it doesn't matter if you're in our industry or if you're in the automobile industry, or it really doesn't make a difference. When something is too good to be true, right? You start to scratch your head and you say, all right, I got to look for the gray area, the small print. There's always more to the story, right? We all know how that works in our personal life and our business life. And this is a product, right, and a carrier that when I first got wind of this and I spoke to the company and the VPs, and I said the same exact thing to myself. I'm like, wait a minute, this is too good to be true, especially because, and if you know me for a long time, you know this platform, this Insure Me Now Direct, this term product that is real-time decisions, this is my language. I breathe this, I eat this, I sleep this for 7 years. So when I heard of the carrier, the product, and we had our first conversations, I said, there's no way, it's impossible. So we started looking under the covers, and of course we did our due diligence, and we had further conversations, and sure enough, there's no gray, there's no small print. This is a dream come true for us, okay? And I'm not just saying this because we're all on the phone today. We have hundreds and hundreds of agents on, and I know we also are going to have this on our YouTube channel, so I'm not just saying it, right? This is on record forever. So I mean it. This is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this. We're already up and running. So it's not like, the old story, everything sounds great in the beginning and a month in you get the true story. No, it's actually better than what we initially thought. So I am so excited about this, as you can already tell. Make sure you take out a pen and paper, jot down notes, okay? And I don't care if you're focused on final expense, if you're focused on the smaller term cases, if you're a financial advisor, CPA, whatever the case is, okay? Everyone is going to walk away with nuggets that's going to change your practice, right? If you're insurance licensed, which I know all of you are. So jot down these notes, nuggets, whatever you want to call them. Use that question box, typically on the bottom right-hand corner, because you're going to want to ask questions. We're going to answer every one of you in real time, or we will answer as soon as we hang up the webinar. And then today, before the day's up, you will get a thank you email with licensing, brochures, everything you need to get started, okay? So we're covering everything from A to Z. Okay, now here's why I'm so excited. I'm going to mention just a few bullets, and then we're going to jump right in, and then we have Charlie and Steve. They're going to take the wheel in about 5 minutes. And we also have a new marketing video that is awesome. It's a 1-minute marketing video that you all can leverage and take advantage of. It talks about our platform and the scholarship program, but it's such a great lead generator, especially on social media. Facebook, okay, no brainer. So we already built this for you, and I think you're going to love. We're actually going to play it as soon as we're done with the feature presentation. We're also going to have our question of the day, okay? So make sure you're writing your notes down or using your notes app on your phone, whatever it is. But I'm going to ask a question at the end. Whoever answers first incorrectly wins the Amazon Echo or Fire tablet. You pick, okay? So real fast, the carrier and product we're talking about today. Here's why it's one of those products that, in my personal opinion, is a once in a lifetime. Okay, so this is a term product to $1.5 million, 100% direct-to-consumer, client-driven, okay? So what that means, okay, you don't have to be a Bill Gates and, drive millions of people to your website. Of course, that would be great, and you can sell product like that, no problem. Or if you're working your leads, you have the client on the phone. You can literally do this with your client on the phone if they're in front of their computer, tablet, or iPhone, okay, or even a Google Android powered device, whatever it is. That's how simple it is. And the entire process, A to Z, 9 minutes. Okay, and then you say to yourself, well, Bill, this must be a B or C rated company. No, A plus rated. Oh, Bill, they must be in 4 states. No, 49 states. Okay. Oh, you probably have to be 30 years old and walking on water. No, actually, you don't. This is for just about everyone. Okay. Middle market to lower middle market America. So just about everyone. 100% paperless app and e-delivery process, mobile compatible, as I said. You also say to yourself, Bill, must be one class, one health class, or maybe just non-tobacco or tobacco. 4 different health classes. Okay, so even the super healthy, okay, they get compensated for that with low premium. Debit cards, credit cards accepted. Okay, another big plus. Now, you ready for this? This isn't some agent referral fee, okay, where you're just sending your clients over to some company that is the agent of record on your own client's policies. You are the agent of record, okay? And then you scratch your head and say, Bill, what are they paying me 30% commission? No, okay? The commission is as much or more than a traditional fully underwritten term product or carrier, okay? So no small print here. All right. Now you're probably saying, well, you have to walk on water. You have to be 5'9", 171 pounds. No, 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 no. This is liberal underwriting. Okay. Not impaired risk, but liberal underwriting. And for very occasional marijuana users and cigar smokers, non-tobacco rates available. Okay. Now, obviously, the person has to be honest and tell it like it is. And if they fall in to the criteria, non-tobacco rates. And I'm going to say one more thing, and then we're going to jump in because I'm starting to rant a little bit. You're probably saying to yourself, Bill, if my client is young and healthy, what is the premium double or 30% more than a traditional fully underwritten term carrier? No. In fact, it's as good, if not better. They're going to show up in the top 5 to 7 products available, period. Okay, on a comparison calculator. And we're going to be on CompuLife and our quoting engine soon. Okay, so you're going to see just how competitive. So there's no small print, no gray area. Now, this is, and I know I said one more, I'm going to say 2 more. So you can get up and running, okay, as soon as we hang up this call today, submit your licensing, and you'll have your own link. And then, this is the final, I'll hit the bass drum real quick. This product is going to be on your Insure Me Now Direct platform. Okay, we're actually in the programming stages now. We were just told 4 to 6 weeks. We will be up and running 100%. Okay, so one-stop shop, think Amazon. The only difference is you, the agent, are compensated. Okay, not Amazon. Okay, and you are the agent of record. Joe, let's jump right in here. So on Insure Me Now Direct, I know most of you have already seen this. We're going to make this so simple, okay? Like always, it's very black and white, right? That is the home screen in front of you or your client, okay? You have your own URL or domain. And basically, the client just chooses what product type they would like to see, okay? They're going to hit life, and then boom, you're going to see some basic information pop up. Client puts date of birth, gender, state, and they can get a quote right from here. The client hits apply, e-application comes up, less than 9 minutes, hopefully an approval, print, save the policy, done. You wake up the next morning and you have an email and a new commission that is due to you, okay? That's simple. Done. Joe, let's move forward. Okay, so this is what your client sees, okay? And by the way, you can do this with your client on the phone, or they can log on to your website at 2 a.m. Doesn't make a difference. So this is the only multi-product, multi-carrier, one-stop shop, 100% direct-to-consumer in the industry today. There's nothing else like it. This isn't a ticket, a request form. This isn't, hey, send us a bunch of referrals and don't worry, we'll take care of you, wink, wink. No, this is your Amazon platform. You are agent of record. You get commissions. You get renewals on those products that apply. Okay, but everything is right in front of you. Very basic, simple. That's the name of the game. So again, left side, product type. The middle section, that's what I was talking about with the screen coming up for your client where they put state, gender. On the right side is what products are available in that state for that particular client based on age. Okay, that's simple. The client literally clicks which type of product, quote page comes up, right into application, and they and you are done. It's that simple. Now, when you say to yourself, well, Bill, I like to work on these $100,000 IUL cases, okay, that's wonderful. Okay, and if you're saying to yourself, Bill, I focus on burial insurance, final expense is my niche, that's fine too. Okay, but when you see the next slide, you're going to see a bunch of new strategies, ideas, and way to drive new business and supplement your income in 2021, especially during a pandemic, right? So we're all trying to scratch our heads and say, okay, things are different now. Face-to-face seminars, right, are over, okay, at least for now. And by the way, I don't see things coming back so quickly. It's going to take a little while. Right? So you have to get scrappy. Joe, let's go to the next slide. What I want everyone to understand here is new ways, new ideas to get the word out for your Insure Me Now direct platform and to drive some new term premium and commissions. Okay? Because I don't care. I'm seeing MDRT agents that write, $1.5, $2.2 million of paid premium a year. They're now coming to us and buying final expense leads, okay, because things have changed, okay, like it or not, it's a different world right now. So we all need to get scrappy. Here's 11 new ideas, ways to drive business, okay, and I'm sure we all know someone. So again, add this to your note list. So real quick, host educational webinars, okay, similar to a face-to-face seminar, but you're going to do this through Zoom or GoToWebinar, GoToMeeting, okay? Same exact process. Blogs and articles, okay? Share some stories. We have a marketing library that you can literally go in, add your logo, and blast it out. It's already done for you. Now, think about working with CPAs, estate planning attorneys, right? We can white label or co-brand the site just for their group or their prospects or clients, and everything sold on the platform, you get full credit for. Now, here's the kicker, okay? If it's an association, we even have some banks. And what they do is, obviously, we white label the platform with their logo, First Bank USA, whatever it is. By being a First Bank USA member, not only do you get access to this great term product that's priced as good as anything out there, number one. Number two, we give you a free one-year scholarship for your children or grandchildren because you're a member of First Bank USA. Okay, so think about the angles here. We can co-brand for any group out there, okay? Think about P&C agencies that don't want to deal with life insurance. Think about mortgage companies, real estate agents, right? Think about health insurance companies. They don't want to get involved with life. Well, they don't have to. We can build their platform, okay, in an hour, 2 hours, okay, and have them up and running, turnkey with their logo. They just drive prospects to their site. Everything's sold, boom, you're the agent of record, done. It's that simple, okay? I know we all know someone. Credit unions, banks, that's huge because every single loan that's processed, right, the bank is always looking for a life insurance policy, right? Think about if that person passes on, right, who's paying the loan off? A life insurance policy. Anyway, the options are endless. Agency Automator, right? We have a database of over 1 million prospects that you can start marketing to by using our pre-made marketing material. It's already done for you. And if you say to yourself, Bill, I don't know how to use Agency Automator. I don't even know how to spell Agency Automator. No problem. We have daily live trainings for an hour. Okay, it's an open chat room, gives you a chance to ask questions. It's free, okay? And there's no excuse if you attend one of these trainings, because you're going to know enough to be dangerous and start to market and drip on these prospects in your zip code or state or the states that you're working in. No problem. YouTube videos, okay? I mean, you can interview a client maybe that loves your services. You can talk about protecting a loan, okay? You can talk about, hey, I work with Johnny and Susie who own ABC Health, and Johnny and Susie, let's tell the audience how this changed your business and help supplement your income during a pandemic, okay? By not just focusing on health insurance, but also offering life insurance to your entire database of 422,000 health clients, right? The opportunities are endless. Social media content. The name of the game right now, Facebook ads. Okay, I'm telling you right now. First of all, nobody else has anything like this. You can go out and market. In fact, when you see our scholarship video, it's a 1-minute prospecting video, you can go market this to start driving traffic and leads. Okay, we're going to show you that as soon as the feature presentation is over. On the bottom there is the scholarship platform. We also have Legacy Armor. So every product on Insure Me Now Direct comes with a 1-year scholarship, okay, except the dental vision plans, okay? Every other product comes with it. We have a self-enroll button. Your client just clicks, adds some basic information, name, address, phone number, email, boom, done. They are in. They just got this as a value add, no charge, no commission reduction, no nothing, just a plus because they're a First Bank USA member. Okay, that's simple. Okay, let's dive right into the feature presentation. Enough of my ranting. We have Steve and Charlie from Bestow with our feature presentation. We're so excited about this, guys. You there?
We are with you.
Okay, great. Let's jump right in. Joe, you ready? Here we go.
All right.
Okay.
We are excited to spend some time with you. I think we've got our presentation up. Thanks, Bill. That was a great motivational start. You know, you're completely hired to be on the Bestow team as our spokesperson. That was amazing.
Yeah, anytime. I'd love to.
No, this really is fun. It's a great marriage, and I know this is something that really is that you're clearly passionate about and fits in so well with your Insure Me Now Direct platform. We're excited to kind of have made this connection and be able to expand this and make it available to so many people through your organization.
Well, thank you. We feel the same, as you know.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's dig into the Bestow story and our partnership with Levinson and Associates. And so we'll kind of walk through what we had planned to share today. And again, please feel free to pop in questions and the chat box, and we'll be happy to address any of them. This is really our time to share this information with you, but most importantly, at the end of this call, we want to make sure that you guys all feel comfortable with who is Bestow, what is this all about. We hear you're quite a bit of a disruptor. What does that mean, and how do we get involved? That's kind of our goal. So I'm Steve Robinson. I joined Bestow last year to head up their distribution. So I work with a good, well-rounded team at Bestow when we're growing daily to make this a core part of our offering. Chris Ferguson leads our agent experience team. Chris is the guy that you'll be working with for appointments and to help getting your URL. And most importantly, what he's working on today is commission payments, which is a big part of all of this. Charlie Towson is a name I hope you're all familiar with. Charlie is on board and is our account manager leading relationships with our IMO organizations and like iGroup and others, and certainly leading it with our BGA relationships like Levinson and Associates. And Ryan Fabian is on. He's our internal wholesaler that would be aligned with this group and this IMO, and will become a very invaluable resource to all of you as we move forward. So I thought what we would share today is what's this Bestow story? Who are we, and what are we all about? For many of you, it may be the first time that you're hearing something about Bestow, although I'm sure that Bill and team have shared some good things already. But who are we, and why do we think we're a bit different? Charlie will walk through kind of a step-by-step guide on how to partner with us, how to get up and running, and then most importantly, what is this unique URL we keep talking about? whether you use it as part of the Insure Me Now Direct platform or outside of it, it's all one and the same, and we want to make sure that you completely understand what that means and how to use it. I'll talk with you a bit about our products and the process to do business with us and some key markets where we're having great success. Charlie will take you over to our agent hub where you can see all things Bestow, but most importantly, we'll show you our agent guide, and there's all kind of information, who's the right customer for Bestow, who's the wrong customer for Bestow. So we really set you up for success from day one, and then all kind of information, height and weight, build charts, really great tools and information that you'll need to know to be incredibly successful working with Bestow. Most importantly, we'll wrap it up with a live demo. We're going to walk you through exactly what your clients will see when they're buying insurance from your URL through your platform. So we want to make sure that you understand that, whether you're on a Zoom with them, you're talking to them on the phone, they're driving this journey, they're completing it, but we want to make sure that you understand all the questions and exactly what they're seeing and the process they're going through. So a bit about Bestow. We're 5 years old. We just celebrated our 5-year anniversary. The first year was a lot of build, and so we really have been in market for 4 years. Core office in Dallas, Texas, and a satellite office in Austin where we do a lot of technology and marketing. In full disclosure, we came to market as a direct-to-consumer platform and spent a lot of money building the brand, building the name, creating who we are today. We have grown exponentially. Over the past year, during the pandemic, during everyone working remote, working from home, we've doubled the size of our company. This time last year, we were at 70 employees, and over the past year, we've added an additional 70 employees, and we've done all of this in a remote capacity. I like to say not only are we selling term life insurance in a virtual and digital world, we are running our organization, probably like many of you have over the past year, completely in a virtual and digital environment. Many of our employees are hired, have never been to our home office. Everything is done via a Zoom link, and we've had such great success across the board with that. It's been a ton of fun. I always use this as my measurement of success. Are we doing the right thing collectively? Are we protecting families with term life? So I measure success by the billions of dollars of face amount that we've issued, not necessarily the millions of dollars of premium or the millions of dollars of commissions. I like to look at the billions of dollars of face amount, families that are protected. Bill shared with you our policies are issued on North American paper. It's an A+ company, and it's a completely reinsured program through Munich Re. These are big, bold names, highly rated companies that you should be familiar with. So how is this different than the regular North American? We really are leveraging North American for paper. This is different than any product they have today. You can't go directly to North American and say, hey, I want this Bestow term. This is really a relationship that they have. It's bespoke and unique for our program and platform. So we leverage them as the paper, but every other aspect of what happens is done in collaboration with you as the agent, and then our home office that does all of the management of the policies, even down to when a claim is filed, it's filed through Bestow, and we manage that process. The claim is indeed ultimately paid on North American paper and with that check, but we manage that entire process with them. We're a heavily venture capital backed organization, which is really cool. You hear a lot about that in the news. And so it's interesting to see who are the venture capital organizations that have backed us. But most importantly, what do we do with that? That's how we run our business. And one of the key things that we recently did with our venture capital backing was acquire our own insurance company. So not only will we be leveraging paper on North American, we're moving forward with paper that will be called Bestow Life Insurance Company. We acquired a company called Centurion Life Insurance Company. It was the Wells Fargo Insurance Company, and we are rebranding that Bestow Life Insurance Company. And over time, you'll see products in the market, our own paper. So why do I tell you that? One, it's great to brag. That's a pretty cool thing to be a part of. You don't see a new insurance company starting from scratch happen very often. So that's one thing. And two, it really is a commitment to the overall organization's strategy and commitment to the industry and this process. We wouldn't be building and buying an insurance company if we just had a platform out there. This is really one core component of what we're going to do. You'll see other products, other processes, and we'll continue to grow with a big focus on our brokerage distribution market. So I like to talk about things that are innovative, things that are different, and why we are doing all of the things and disrupting the industry. One key thing when we look at our customer base, 85% of our customers, that's the vast majority, this is the first time they've ever bought life insurance. They may own group life insurance through their employer, but this is their first individually owned life insurance policy. I think that's a customer group and a segment that many times are overlooked. Advisors are working with many high net worth customers or different styles or income groups. This segment of customers that we really have identified sometimes is overlooked because the premium or the face amount is not as large. This is a great way for agents like yourself to work with this unique URL, create this digital platform, and attract and work with customers that maybe are not then a core part of your business strategy. It's interesting to look at how these customers work and act. They all are using their phone. So 75% of our customer base apply for this coverage from their smartphone. From beginning to end, everything can be done right from your smartphone. I love when I hear Bill talking about an Amazon-like journey. It just makes me smile because that's really the great analogy of what we're trying to do with our product and process. Most of our customers finish the journey in 15 minutes. So why is it only 60%? What does that really mean? Well, early on, we asked that they put in an email and a password so we'll know who they are, and anything that they put in our platform, we'd save that information. So I can tell you, me, for example, if I was doing this, I'd probably want to chat with my spouse about it. And so if you want to talk to your spouse or partner and they're at work or they're not home, you can just save that and pick it up right where you left off. Everything that you've put in there is saved. We would never ask you to go through and put all that information in again, and we would keep it until you pick it up again and continue the journey. Everything is online. There is no paramed exam. There are no APSs to be ordered, and you will get an instant decision at the end of this 10-minute process. Pretty amazing. So I'm going to turn it over to Charlie. Charlie's going to walk you through some key things that you need to know to get up and running and started with Bestow. And then most importantly, he'll show you what this unique URL is all about and how you can work with our friends at Levinson & Associate and make sure that you get your own unique URL and are able to start selling and distributing the Bestow term life insurance. Charlie?
Thank you, Steve. And here I'd like to just share 8 key things we like to share with new agents and agencies that are getting on board with Bestow and getting up and running. So number 1 here, we talk about start to submit. So in our agent advisor channel, we are finding that 67% of customers who start an actual application with us do submit it. And out of that group, about 65% are getting an approval. So we're seeing really good stats in this agent advisor market that we're happy about and hope they continue. Controlling the experience. As you know, and as you'll learn, the application process is customer driven. So the customer needs to complete the application on their own by themselves. The agent can't complete it for them. So we always say if there's those agents that need and customers that need that extra TLC, they can do a Zoom type meeting like we're doing now, a webinar, or hop on the phone with them. Or if it's safe to be in person, you can be in person with them. But the experience is very consumer friendly and easy to do. So you probably don't need that, but there always is that customer that may want that extra love and care. For citizenship requirements, customers with Bestow either need to be a U.S. citizen or a green card holder with an approved visa type. And we just added about 9 more visa types last month. So I think we're up to 12 now that we can accept with a 2-year residency requirement. And that's just one easy way we're going to keep expanding our eligibility criteria. North American appointment. So there is a special appointment process and paperwork with North American and Bestow, and our friends at Levinson can help you get squared away with that. And if you're not already contracted with us, they can help you later today or this week to do that. And once you do that and use the SureLC platform to get set up, it does take about a week or so. We say 7 to 10 business days just to be safe, but it takes probably a week to get you your URL. And once you get that URL, you're up and running. You can start selling directly then. Instant decision, we've talked about that. So our policies, there is no exams, there's no lab work, there's no APSs, all that stuff we're all used to in our process. At the end of the journey, the customer is either going to get a decision they're approved or not approved. And if they're not approved, they're always referred back to their agent for assistance, because most likely that customer can be approved with another company that's going to do more traditional underwriting where they'll get medical records, do some lab work. Marketing. So we have an agent hub, which I'll take you to a little bit later, which contains all of our marketing material. Some is consumer approved and some is for an agent audience, but you can use that to market it as you may. And we're coming out with new material every week, so stay tuned there. And then if you ever get stuck with anything and maybe your commission statement, it went to a different email address, you didn't type it in right, we have an agent experience team and we just point out their phone number here, but you can always just reach out to Levinson team as well. But we have a team in-house that's able to help if anything is ever needed. So talking more about the unique URL. So if anyone was with us a while back, they would know that our URLs were a pretty long string of text and we've shortened them now. So they're in this great format at the top here. They'll be agent-quote.bestow.com / and then an 8-digit alphanumeric coding. That's going to be unique to you as the agent. So this is your agent code, it's your application, it's your everything. This is what your customers will get and start the application process. Just be mindful to not change or alter the link in any way because that is how we track customers to you. And what we do is kind of a safety mechanism, as we call it. We base commissions on what we call first touch. So when we walk through the journey in a few minutes, you'll see on the second screen in, the customer creates a password. And when they create that password, that's when we start tracking the case, linking them to you, the agent, into this URL. So no matter how they come back to Bestow in the next 60 days, you'll always be credited for the sale and earn commissions on the case. Reason I point that out is, let's say they started the application process with your unique URL, answered a few questions, then stopped for whatever reason, they forgot about it, and then, they remember 2 days later they were doing an application for Bestow and somehow got to bestow.com and started the application there. We would know you're the agent for this case and you'd be credited for the sale. We do run license validations weekly, so no need to let us know if you get a license in any states. We pick that up automatically. If there is a state where you're not licensed in and one of your customers gets your URL and tries to complete an application, they'll be stopped at the very beginning of the journey and they're not able to get a quote, so they won't have that bad experience and they'll be referred back to you for assistance. And if your clients are declined for a medical or other reason, they're always notified at the end of the process to contact their agent for assistance. Like I said before, they're probably insurable with a number of carriers. They just need to get a little more underwriting information that we can't do in that quick 10-minute journey with us. So now I will turn it back over to Steve to talk a little bit more about our actual product and the process.
Great, thanks, Charlie. So a bit more about Bestow and the product that we're talking with you about. A lot of these things Bill highlighted early on, but it's great to do a good recap. So we're available in 49 states, all on North American paper, A+ rated company. We issue policies beginning at $50,000 and go to $1.5 million, all in 10 minutes. Premiums are paid via credit card or debit card if you wanted someone to come, the payment to come directly from your checking account. You can use Apple Pay or Android Pay because most customers, as I told you earlier, are applying for this coverage right from their phone. Policies are issued from ages 18 to 60. Sure, there's some rules and regulations around term duration and face amount based on age, and Charlie will show you that just a bit later in our agent guide. Everything is 100% paperless and fully mobile enabled, so regardless of how your customer comes to the Bestow site, whether they go through tablet, phone, desktop, laptop, it's going to deliver the best possible digital experience. Our policies are 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 level premium, level death benefit term products, and our premiums are very competitive. In fact, we recently did some substantial rate reductions, really focusing on the female rates. In many of those cells, we lowered up to 40%. So I thought I'd share a bit of analytics on customers that are right in our advisor or agent channel. The average face amount that we're seeing is around $700,000, and the average annual premium associated with that is $900. As a reminder, we only take premiums on a monthly basis, and we only take them via credit card. I just showed you this for an annual basis for illustrative purposes. The average issue age is 39, and you can see the male-female split there. Hopefully that will improve with more females purchasing coverage from Bestow with our most recent rate reduction. Speaking of premiums, very competitive across the board. If you compare Bestow to most traditional term life insurance companies, carriers that focus solely on term life insurance, our rates will be about 5% higher. But for that 5% differential, you're getting no exam, no APS, and an instant decision. Many carriers that have a full suite of products will be more competitive than they are. So carriers that are focusing across the board and term as an additive to what they do, Bestow really is targeting to be right in line with those rates. We have 6 underwriting categories, 4 that are non-tobacco and 2 that are tobacco. So when you think of elite rates, that's kind of like a preferred best. Preferred, it's exactly what it sounds like, a preferred rate. Select is our fancy way to say standard rates. And essential is really our catch-all category. It goes up to about a table 3. It's important to note that we're really competitive for a single impairment. So if your clients maybe are height and weight challenged, take a look at our build chart and you'll know right where they would fall in and be approved. If they were height and weight challenged and also had high blood pressure or elevated cholesterol, that could be a challenge for them. Single impairments really work well at Bestow because we can manage that risk and we can underwrite towards that risk. When there's multiple impairments, then it's a bit difficult to underwrite towards that risk without the ability to pull that lab work and pull the pyramid exam. COVID is something that we recently added a question on our application, and Charlie will show that to you a bit later in the journey, but it's really straightforward and simple. If you have tested positive or have been treated for COVID-19 in the past 30 days, we just simply invite you to apply after a 60-day window. So here are a couple things to point out. If you had a COVID test and it was negative, amazing. No reason not to go ahead and apply. If you are in the process of getting a COVID vaccination, also amazing. That would not prevent you from applying. It's only if you've tested positive or been treated for COVID that you would want to wait for that 60-day period. So citizenship, and how do we go through and choose who's qualified for this process? Obviously, U.S. citizens, great customers for this. Green card holders with one of our 12 approved visas listed below are also great customers. It's important to note they need to have been in the U.S. for a 2-year window. So we see a lot of folks that would go through this process that had been declined in the past. So we added lots of new visa options. When they're applying for coverage on the journey, they would simply say, yes, I have a green card. They would put in the visa code listed below that they hold, and they would continue through underwriting from a medical perspective. Stay tuned. We're always looking to expand this list. So how much coverage are your clients eligible for? It's a simple max line calculation, not unlike you may have seen at many other carriers. So for this is self-disclosed income. So we would take the client and the income they disclosed. They may put it in as a weekly income, monthly, annual. However, we'll convert it to an annual basis and do the calculation for them. So a client that's age 42 and makes an annual income of $75,000, we'd simply take 75,000 times 20 based on their age, and they'd be eligible for a max line of 1.5 million. This client didn't have any other personal insurance in force, and we don't consider group term life as part of their max line calculation. So what if this same client had a $500,000 term policy in force? That client would be eligible for a max line of 1 million because they already have 500 in, and their total line would be at 1.5. So our software wouldn't make an offer to them. We would not allow them to issue a policy for anything other than their max line. How about if their income was 100 instead of 75? Well, then they'd be eligible for the 500,000 they had plus the 1.5 max line with Bestow. All pretty short, sweet, and simple. It's important to note if you have a stay-at-home spouse or partner, we look at household income, so they'd be eligible for the same amount of coverage that the insured is looking at if it was for the husband and wife situation. I'm going to turn it back over to Charlie and let him kind of take you over to our agent hub. He'll show you our agent guide, lots of questions that we can help you with there. And then best part of today is to actually walk you through a demo of this platform so you can see exactly what your customers will see when they're going through the journey.
Thanks, Steve. So our agent hub is a real easy site to get to, and I think Levinson and team will post it on their site as well. But it's just agents.bestow.com. It's our one-stop shop for everything Bestow that you may need. So it has sales materials, flyers, underwriting information, demo videos, everything we got. We keep here and we keep adding to it as we keep growing. So what I'm going to do now is jump right over to the site. And here's the home screen of the site. And you can see we have some high touch material on the site, like our agent handbook, which we were referencing before. And I'm just going to open that up real quick before we do the demo to show you. It's a pretty long document, but it is very helpful because it contains things like our underwriting guide, which I'll jump over to right now just to show you, to get a feel. So our underwriting guide's in here, and it'll give you a little more detail on issue ages by term length, and additional criteria on coverage amounts by age. Has some bullet points on our ideal target market, and then also has our underwriting build chart, so you can see the height and weight chart here and where your customers may fit in depending on their build. Follow that up by possible insurable scenarios and some uninsurable scenarios, just so you can be fully prepared in doing business with Bestow. But what I'll do now is jump back to the hub and go to see all, just to give you another look and feel of everything we have here. So you can see any relevant communications that you may be interested in will be up here. Onboarding material as you're getting up and running, why you may want to work with Bestow, target collateral that you may review, and also some consumer material. So we have some material that's already compliance and consumer approved, and you can even take that material and co-brand it with your own personal information. So some pieces have a text box here where you can enter your name, phone number, email address, or if you have a logo, you can put a logo on here as well. But the main thing I want to do right now is take you over to our demo tool. And you can use this demo tool on your own, play around with it yourself. But here, we click on Demo the Process. So our demo tool is in the look and feel of an iPhone, since the majority of our sales are done on a mobile device. Once you get your unique URL from us, you'll see at the top here where it says Bestow will be co-branded, so it'll have your name. So John Smith plus Bestow. Or if you are a corporation, it could be ABC Agency plus Bestow for some co-branding on this initial home screen. So once your clients get to your unique URL and want to get a quote and do an application, it's real simple. To get that initial quote, they answer basic information about themselves. They'll get their estimated price here based on the information they just inputted. And down here, there's a slider bar where they can move the face amount up and down within $50,000 increments, and they can click and choose the term duration they're interested in. And the visual that they see here will be based upon their age. So if they're older than, let's say, 55, they may not see that 30-year term here. So they'll only be able to see the coverage durations that they're eligible for. And this is not the end-all be-all as well. Before they get a policy issued, they have the opportunity to change the face amount up or down and change the term duration they're interested in. So don't worry, this is not the final spot where they pick that price. So jumping into filling out the application now, as you're all familiar with, clients, obviously we need their name, email address, which is important because that's their login tool coming back in to Bestow at any time and to our customer portal over time. Their phone number, address, and then gender, date of birth, height, and weight are all pre-populated from the previous screen, so they don't have to rekey them in, but they are able to edit them if they need to. And then if I click Save and Continue here, this is that first touch where the customer puts their password in, which I was talking to a little bit earlier. So once they enter that password here and click Save, this is linking them to you, the agent, and to your unique URL. So no matter how they come back to Bestow in the next 60 days, if they don't finish their journey today, they'll always be credited to you, the agent. So moving in, so now we'll get to the health questions, all questions that you all are familiar with on filling life out applications over the years. I'll point out a few things along the way. Like here, number 2, our tobacco question. You'll see we don't ask about cigar use. So at Bestow, we don't isolate cigar users to our tobacco classes. So as long as cigars are the only form of tobacco you use, you won't get tobacco rates. So that could be, 1 cigar a year, 1 a month, or 5 a day, and you could still get non-tobacco rates at Bestow. And then, all the standard medical and health questions that would be on a normal life application. If a client were to check yes in diabetes or one of these other impairments or diseases, there'd be reflexive questions that would populate so we could get some more clarity on that disease or impairment. Ask a little bit about family history, if they're currently admitted to a hospital, long-term care facility, hospice, none of the above, these type of questions. And then here's our COVID question right here at the end, which Steve mentioned before. So if they have had COVID in the past 30 days and been diagnosed, we just ask them to reapply in 60 days. So kind of a soft postponement if you think about it that way. If I click save and continue, that completes the health questions that we asked. Then we jump over to our lifestyle questions, as we call them. So the citizenship question here, number one, that will be related to the visa types we were talking about earlier. Obviously, we're going to need to know if they're doing any foreign travel in the next year. If they have any insurance in force or pending, we'll need to know that. We ask their employment status, and then we have a tool here to calculate their income. So if they don't know their annual income, but know their weekly, biweekly, or monthly, the tool will calculate that for them. We ask if they do any more dangerous activities. And if they do, let's say they check the box for skydiving, there would be some reflexive questions that will populate to get more clarity on their skydiving. We'll want to know if they've been declined for insurance in the past 2 years, because if they've been declined, most likely they would be a decline episode, so you can set your expectations there. If they have any criminal history, number of alcoholic drinks per week. We ask about marijuana usage in the past year, and we are pretty liberal when it comes to marijuana compared to the industry. We don't isolate marijuana users to our tobacco classes as long as they're not using tobacco. And we don't, it doesn't matter if the state has legalized marijuana or not. So just be mindful of that. And then the last question here is more serious drug concerns. But once they click save and continue there, that's basically all the questions they need to answer. This next part here is where they enter their social security number. They confirm they're applying for their own life and not someone else's life. The HIPAA authorization here and some other disclosures are here. They don't have to open them and read through them, but we always certainly encourage that. But all they need to do is click I agree, and they can move on. And if they click save and continue, here's where we're underwriting the case. So this is really our underwriting screen. So this screen typically stays up for about 30 seconds or so, and this is where we're doing our underwriting behind the scenes. So we're running a prescription check and a check with MIB, a motor vehicle record check, and a check with LexisNexis. So all those four checks are being done behind the scenes right now to help us get an underwriting decision. Once in a while, we may ask an additional question on the screen. So let's say during that prescription check, we found that the customer is taking a medicine for depression, but they didn't check depression earlier on. So we would ask a question here and let them, verify that they are taking this medication and confirm. If they are, great, we'll keep moving on. If they say no, there's a good potential this case could be declined for lack of candor. So just be mindful of that. But if everything is okay, we'll jump over and the client will get this screen here. They're approved. They'll see their premium amount here per month, the term coverage they applied for earlier on, and the face amount. And what we have here is we have a built-in upsell program. So if the client were to click adjust coverage, they'd have that slider bar back up where they can adjust coverage upwards and downwards. So we're going to underwrite for the full face amount we can offer them. They may be eligible for 1.5 million, so they may want to dial that coverage up, and they may want to increase their term coverage up to 30 years, or maybe they need to dial back down to 10 years. So they have that opportunity here. Adding beneficiaries. So in the journey now, they need to enter just at least one beneficiary with insurable interest, and they do that here. They can enter up to 4 on this screen, and if they need more to add more or they need to make changes, they can do that immediately as soon as the policy is in force from our customer portal. If you're in the small business loan market or do a lot of collateral assignment cases, we have a great process here. You see this checkbox here, I need coverage for a small business loan. That's going to trigger our collateral assignment process. So we're going to send e-documents via hello sign to the applicant and to their lender where they can complete the collateral assignment forms. And as long as the lender does that pretty quickly, think about it. This customer can have a policy issued and enforced in about 10 minutes, and then we can turn that collateral assignment around in about a day or two. So 24 to 48 hours, this case can be collaterally assigned as well. Next up here, you'll see this is where the client enters their credit card and payment information. So obviously we're on an Apple phone here, So they could use Apple Pay by clicking that button. If they were on an Android phone, they could click the Android Pay and do it that way. And as Steve mentioned earlier, if the clients wants to do a more traditional type bank draft and they have a debit or check card that's linked to a Visa or a MasterCard per se, they could enter that information here and it'll work the same way. And that is just about it, what the customer has to do. They click sign and pay below. Boom, their coverage is now enforced. They can hop over to our customer portal where they can see the policy they just purchased. They can download, print, save any of the application documents and their policy documents right here from our portal. So they can do that all right here from their customer portal, which works well on a mobile phone or a laptop or a PC or any device they're on. It's all friendly. And if they need to change beneficiaries, they could certainly do that right here by this beneficiary button. And over time, if they need to update their billing information with getting a new credit card, they want to earn those points, they click the billing information and they can change their credit card as well. But they'll always have access to this customer portal with that email address and password they set up early on. So now I'll just hop back over to our agent portal that you'll see here used to, and I will turn it back over to the team at Levinson so we can maybe go through any questions or if there's any additional comments that we want to discuss.
Yeah, that was awesome. So we actually we have a closed line. So any questions, just use that question box and we can get Bestow back on the phone for anything. So, but I just want to thank the team at Bestow. You guys did a great job. And now you can understand why we're so excited about this. I mean, I've never seen anything like this in my life. Okay, usually, like I said, there's that small print, yeah, we have this, and this, but don't forget, we can't do that. This is the entire package and full commissions, agent of record. So once again, this is a great opportunity for all of you agents on the brokerage side, right, to supplement your income and not only think about, driving leads through social media or your website, but on your next term case, right? You're running quotes on our website or on CompuLife, and you want to do a comparison, just see where they fall in, right? Because the process is going to be much easier. And if it's within pennies, within a few bucks, I think it's a no-brainer. So again, there's two sides to this, okay? And yes, online, or you can walk your client through this on the phone. Very simple. Okay, now, in my opinion, the ultimate hook and what gives you the value add is the scholarship program, which comes as a value add complimentary and no commission reduction. We just added 5 new colleges since the first of the year. We are up to 427 colleges. The maximum tuition rewards amount now is $61,000 for any of your prospects' family members. Okay, it's amazing. And again, it's like another one of those too good to be trues, but it's real and it's 100% factual. And now there's no gray area with self-enrolling. So as soon as your client is done, you literally can send them the link to your website or tell them to go on, hey, BillLevinson.com, click on scholarship, self-enroll, boom, done. We have a new marketing video that's 1 minute long. Joe's going to play right now if you want to turn up your speakers. And then we're going to show you some other cool ways to market, and then we'll do our question of the day. We'll wrap up in about 7 minutes here. Joe, you there? Another great way to market, and it's not just about term life insurance. Now all of a sudden it becomes college planning, college funding, right? So you're using the term policy in case the breadwinner or parent passes on, right? The child will still be able to go to college. And if they make it, which hopefully they will, there's this $40,000 of value scholarship to help with a 4-year tuition. Okay, it's just a value add by working with Bill Levinson, the local Coral Springs life insurance agent. Okay, so I hope you get the message now. Joe's going to show you how easy it is to self-enroll, and you'll be explaining this to your clients, and it's very simple. Joe?
Yeah, thanks, Bill. So what I'm going to show you here is just a quick screenshot of what clients actually see when they go through your Insure Me Now Direct portal. They'll actually be able to click on the scholarship platform, view a brochure. You'll see there that the price says free, so they can actually hit apply. They're redirected. They can actually begin self-registration. The best part is when they actually go to that self-registration and they log in, they see all of your contact information as their agent. So you can kind of keep tabs. Also, as they add in new students and new sponsors or even family members, you're actually their agent for that scholarship reward system. So you're going to be able to have all that data. They see all your information, and it even tells them, hey, you can earn additional reward points by referring a client, by purchasing an additional policy, by even doing annual policy reviews. So just an awesome program, really, really neat now that we have that complete client-driven self-registration process built into the entire platform. So I think one of the best lead generating systems in the business. And of course, we'll send out all the information in today's thank you email, which you'll receive this evening, including that new video, so you can actually share that with some clients. So definitely great stuff. Another great thing that we want to talk about here is some of our other custom marketing videos. Whether you're looking at recruiting and you want an agent recruiting video centered around the Insure Me Now Direct platform, or if you want something that's completely client focused, specifically on the new way to buy life insurance and other products through your direct agent portal. We've got this neat form which we'll send out today where you can put in your information and choose what you want. You can even upload a logo or a picture. We actually have some design personnel that will integrate that into the video for you and give you your own custom links. You can start sharing that on your YouTube page, on social media. Those videos get a ton of views over just adding a post on social media. So definitely use those in your marketing efforts. I think it's going to really show you can have some great results in a very, very quick period of time. Also, real quick here, we've got some awesome marketing. If you're not following Insure Me Now Direct's Facebook page, that is something I recommend you do as soon as this webinar is over. It's going to actually show you all the different marketing material that we put out there. And agents are literally taking that, kind of custom branding those posts, and then adding them into their social media pages. So one of the easiest ways without you having to kind of reinvent the wheel is just to take that marketing material that we're generating on a daily and weekly basis and use it on your own social media platform to drive traffic and to raise awareness on just how awesome these products and this process is. So definitely something to take a look at. Bill mentioned earlier on our agency automator marketing platform. That's not only your CRM tool, but it actually includes all these different email marketing templates. You can literally plug and play, and all your information gets pulled directly into one platform, and you can actually email market all your existing clients. And moving forward, you can actually pull 1,000 prospecting leads every single month, sort them by zip code, by income, by net worth, and actually market directly to those consumers for this platform. So again, one of the best ways to get the word out there and kind of let people know there's an easy option, a non-invasive option to buy all these different products, and it's all going to be available through your Insure Me Now Direct portal. I do want to mention some upcoming webinars. We do have training on that agency automator platform every single week. All trainings are at 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll see the schedule here Monday through Friday. Friday is especially important because we do a best practices training, which is basically kind of to share with you what other agents and agencies are doing surrounding the agency automator platform. So definitely an exciting time to kind of check out all those different trainings. And then real quick here, we've got some trainings at the bottom. Disability Building Business Ideas for 2021. That's April 15th at 3 p.m. A brand new guaranteed issue whole life product that goes up to $100,000 of coverage. It's a guaranteed whole life product. Again, guaranteed issue, $100,000. It's actually client driven. That's 4/16 at 2 p.m. And then at the bottom there, April 22nd at 3 p.m., we've got a top hybrid life product. We're actually talking about LTC sales concepts and ideas on that same webinar. So we'll email a link out to every single one of these, but some great upcoming training for the next couple of weeks.
Okay, and we are just about done, about a minute and a half, and we'll wrap this up and have our question of the day. So our social media contest, you all should have your page up and running at the very minimum right now, especially during a pandemic, right? So we have agents crushing it on Facebook right now. Our page is doing better than ever. All we ask you to do here is like at least 2 of our pages on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, doesn't matter. Write 1 app and boom, first 3 agents, $250 Amazon gift card. That's simple. And by the way, you should be doing the same thing for your clients, prospects, friends, family, networking groups. It should be the same. It's like they say, don't listen to what we're telling you, just watch what we do and do the same thing. Okay, let's move forward, Joe. Okay, on the annuity side, just real quick, we have a cool incentive here for April, and it's very, very simple. You write any SILAC indexed annuity. We give you your choice, $250 gift card or a free batch of annuity leads. Okay, you have 30 days till the end of the month to get in those applications. Our last slide here and question of the day. If you look on the left side, that's our Positive Tuesday quote. Again, watch what we do. Positive Tuesday means nothing, okay? It's just a chance to keep our name in front of our agents. You should be doing the same thing for your prospects, family networking group. I put this out every Tuesday, no matter what, for the last 4 years straight. And I'm going to just mention real quick what this last Tuesday's quote was. It's easy to be positive when everything is going in the right direction. The real challenge is to stay that way even when things are not. So let's all have a positive mindset. Make sure your little fingers are on your keyboard because I'm going to ask the question of the day. It's a 2-part question. Whoever answers first wins. 2 parts. How many new colleges were added to the scholarship program this year? How many new colleges? Tell me the number and what is Bestow rated? Our new term product that we just mentioned, what's their rating? And tell me how many colleges were added to our scholarship program this year, 2021. 2-part question. Joe, do we have a winner?
We do. The winner is Ricardo L. And let me get you his state in 1 second.
Ricardo, congratulations. As Joe's looking up the state, I'm going to tell you correct answers. 5 colleges were added in 2021. Bestow is rated A+ by AM Best. Joe, what state is Ricardo calling in from?
Florida.
Florida. Ricardo, congrats. Thank you, everyone. Now you understand what a great opportunity this is. And think about this, right? This is obviously what, table 3 or better. For anyone that falls out of that category, then you use Gerber, the guaranteed issue product, which is on our same platform, all direct to consumer. So it's like a 1-2 punch, everything at your fingertips. This is the future, and it's here today. And Insure Me Now Direct, okay, it will be launching on that same platform 4 to 6 weeks. Couldn't be any more excited. I hope you feel the same. Have a great week, a great weekend. Stay safe and healthy out there. Thank you again, everyone.